I am here with Drew Goldalion of Engin Cycles. He's here to show us a couple bikes. But talking to him, I've learned he's one of the hardest working guys in the business in terms of number of frames, and he also runs a bike shop. Drew, tell us about yourself and your craft.
Well, I've been in the bicycle business for 14 years and change now. I opened my own bike shop in 1995 when I was 23, and progressed over the years and eventually got kind of obsessed with the details on bikes and wanted to take my flair into the situation, and so I started making them. And it was an interesting path just because I at first was influenced by bicycles that I had sold over the years. You know, I had a little bit of like Moots influence at Ken Erickson, and you know, we saw independent and everything, and changed over the past 2 years just because I realized the kind of things that I wanted to do as opposed to things that I had been used to seeing, and came up with my own artistic end of the spectrum. I went to culinary school, so food was my only like artistic outlet, if you must, and this is a new adventure. Yeah, I mean, running the bike shop is a lot of work as it is, and now I do this 30 to 35 bikes a year, and it's cool.
It was bike shop.
Yeah, so it's
And a chef too.
well, only at night.
Only at night.
Just to cook dinner. But
I wonder how he rides. But he's super busy. But anyway, speaking of flair, show us your work. I know the other bike stopped me in my tracks last year at Interbike.
what I tend to do with a lot of bikes is incorporate handmade lugs and some brazing and some TIG welding. I very rarely will just TIG weld a bike, or unless the customer indicates that they want a fully fillet brazed bike. But even on this one, you'll see a TIG welded head tube, TIG welded down tube and seat tube. But then I created sockets for the chain stays, sockets for the seat stays, and then I made this entire seat cluster lug. So this is all silver brazed, that's silver brazed in, the seat stays are silver brazed, and the chain stays are silver brazed. So it's kind of a mix of everything, and same thing with the stem. I made the lug out of TIG welding it, fillet brazed the back of the stem, and then silver brazed the whole thing together. So I tend to not limit myself in construction. In fact, it's even got some bonding, so the seat post head was bonded to the carbon. It's one of the things that I set out to do in the beginning, was to not limit myself at all in construction.
Right.
I wanted to be able to look at the situation and just do what I wanted to do, and not be like, well, I don't lug stuff, or I don't fillet braze, or I don't TIG weld.
There's not too many I don'ts, huh?
Well, it's not that I don't want, it's that if it's the right thing to do in the situation, I wanted to be able to do it.
Right.
I didn't want to limit my ways of doing things because I couldn't do that form of joining.
Style. Right.